We are in the building with Toria.
Yes.
I'm saying it right. Yay! This is the boy that's gonna hook me up and show me how to beat my face. So I'm so excited.
We are going to go through a short, in-depth, look, because she already done her makeup. She already looks flawless on camera. So we just gonna give her a little 1-2. She can change it just a little bit, but
perfect.
Okay. I have this one, this Clinique one. I like this one. This is like a jelly.
So after I wash my face, is this what I'm putting on?
Moisturizer. Yep.
This is moisturizer.
You can still do your SPF with. This is right before foundation.
Am I putting it on right? Is a certain way I'm supposed to be putting it on?
No, I when I do moisturizer, I do enough to where I feel like it's on. Like I want to feel like I'm moisturized. So I try to do two different things. You can also use. So I'm gonna give you.
So I need to put a primer on my face after the moisturizer. Okay.
Primer's next. I'm gonna take it away. So primer's next, and I'm giving you a soft matte because you don't want to be too oily, you don't want to be too matte. Regular, the soft matte, and then the matte. And if you want to go super matte, you get the matte one. They do have many sizes too.
Oh, cool.
Alright, so rubbing in circular motions. You can get more. Yeah, you can get more. And get it right in your T-zone. So your T-zone will be forehead, cheeks, nose, and chin. Circular motion. Yep. Perfect. So we're going to double prime. We're going to use a regular primer, which is going to give you that almost filtered skin look. Right now you look like you don't have any pores, you look good, but your oil sucker is going to take away your oils in those oily areas. Yep. But where do you get oily most? Your nose, your cheeks.
Right here, right all up in here, so in my forehead.
I would tap instead of rub. Yep.
The girlies sometimes use like one of these brushes to put on their foundation. Do you recommend?
Okay. So, new tip.
Okay.
So, beauty blenders are perfect for, like, you just getting it on, right? You just putting it on. So it's better than using your fingers. You can use your fingers to put on anything. Your fingers are your best tools. But if you're trying to go in with a lighter consistency, which we're looking at like a daytime, I'm just going out the house look, you're going to use your beauty blender, your sponge. When you use a brush, you're getting yourself more full coverage. So if you're going out in the evening and you say, I want to look good in the dark, at nighttime at the club or wherever we're going, you're going to want to use more product, if that makes sense. All right. So beauty blender, if we're doing very light, I don't want to look like I have anything. I want to look like this is my skin. My recommendation: people put water on their sponges. I say if you have multiple sponges, do that. But if you don't, keep your sponge where you keep it clean with water. You let it dry, and the only time you get it wet is when you spray. I would spray with your Morphe spray. Get it wet, and that's how you would blend it out. That's going to give you the more natural, more blended and skin-like look. But with the brush, you can do both. So you can take the sponge, you can put it on, and then you can use the brush and buff it out. And a great tip is also just make sure at least once a week, twice a week, or every 2 weeks, clean your brushes and your sponges, because that makes a difference. So dab, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Like that?
Go down, kind of dab around each area. Yep. It's fine. Now I'm going to show you how it looks.
Now, am I doing this under my eye as well?
No. Try not to.
What about right here?
A lot of people do if you have like dark circles. I would say the more product you put in a spot, that's where you can get more oily. So just be kind of still. You're doing double, you're putting more stuff on top of each other. Okay. So this is how it looks really, really good, by the way. So I would say like this. and then I'm pressing like this.
Just did, or
if you want more coverage. Yep.
Okay.
So you did good. So you can do your second layer, but you want to press and you want to go all around each area just to make sure you kind of get that full coverage. And then up here, I'm not going to go too much in the middle. I'm coming up more closer to your hairline because you're still going to put concealer in your highlighted areas. Into, okay, I need to get it in every area. And then that's when your brush comes in. So, okay. Alright, so these two brushes. So those two brushes I really like. I got those from Shein. They're dupes of the Real Techniques one. So the Real Techniques, they are a little bit more expensive. You can get a big set of these off of Shein. They're literally the same thing.
And this is what I'm putting my foundation on.
This is what you're gonna blend with in your eye area. So
okay.
Up in here,
yes.
Up here,
okay.
And then kind of get closer to your hairline because you have short hair. You want something that's gonna get in those areas because right now your sponge and your brush is not gonna do the job without messing up your hair. Okay. And then right in here in your eye area, that's gonna give you that perfect blend, right? Because you're just taking your sponge and you're doing like this. You know,
trying to make it fit.
Yeah, trying to make it fit. And it's like, it's not gonna work. So I would take something like this and then something like this to get like right in the corners, right? So something like this, you need something that's very packed in. And then, I think that's Elf. I love this one, really cheap. And then you just kind of blend it down your neck. So a lot of times people think that, oh, I'm gonna put my powder on and blend it down my neck, but you wanna make sure you take your foundation and still get a full blend. Even though it's matte, it's still moving. See, it's on the brush. So you still wanna make sure you're getting all those areas. All around your ear, right around here, around your lips. Because sometimes we miss that area. This is our hyperpigmentation area. And right in the corners of those noses. If somebody up close to you, they're going to see that. They're going to see that nose, they're going to see their hairline, and they're going to see your chin. So that's what your brush is mainly used for if you're going to use a sponge. That's the importance of it. We're going to go to concealer. So you use this one, which is perfect. This is what the one I started with. The only thing about this is you can either get too much or too less product, right? So what I normally do is I put on the back of my hand. So I would say do that first.
Now normally I put this right here, right here, right here, right here. Is that where I'm supposed to be doing it?
So now you take it on your brush, squeeze it out. That's what I was saying.
Okay,
because
gotcha.
You can either too little or too less.
So,
yep. Your eyelid.
Normally, I'll outline it here. Am I supposed to be doing that?
Okay, yeah. Brighter? You said you do your brows first or after the foundation?
It's kind of doing it in the order I'm doing it now.
Okay, yep, go ahead.
And just blend it in. Am I patting or blending?
Patting.
Okay. And I notice if I don't hurry up and do this. Yes.
Okay. So my tip for that. Is the brush. So you want to just take a little bit like that and then look up. And make sure you always look up because you want to get right in that corner. And then you're going to tap it. Once you tap it, then you blend. That gives you
with this?
Blend. That gives you a little bit more coverage and it gives you more space, more even coverage when it starts drying. If you want to get it more clean, you use something precise like the tip of that or like right here. And I just kind of like press like that.
So you gotta dab it again?
Dab it a little bit. You see that gives you more coverage and it lets you move it faster. But see, rubbing it moves it. So dab.
I'm gonna have to learn to get away from it.
And that's why I try to tell people if they are used to like rubbing, try to change your method and use brushes.
Yeah.
Because that helps not take the product away. That helps you get it right where you need to have it.
Okay.
Okay. So now what I would do is take my foundation brush. You don't have the foundation on your hand. I'll just give you a little bit. I know you did that. You touched it. Let me see. Just going around it, like area, just the
Pat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's it. But you will crease more if you don't set it. So I recommend setting your eye, your under eye, and then do your eyes. And get it right up under your eye too.
So I've been doing this wrong because I've been using this for that.
You can, but that's just to brighten because you already look bright to me. So I would feel like if we did that, you'll be brighter.
Okay.
So I feel like if you want it brighter in the end, then you take that after you set.
Okay.
I mean, so you can after you spray, then set and then set again. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's just so you don't crease. So kind of get right up under your eyes a little bit more.
Oh.
Yep.
Like that?
Mm-hmm. Try not to rub.
Okay.
So you're shaping your brows, which is great. So I just say that you can bring it down, but you don't have to, because the more product you're putting on your eyes that could potentially be oily, it's going to crease in those areas that you're going to crease in your eyelid. So I would say that's perfect. Now you will take that brush there, this one right here, and you have one similar, something like this or like this. And then I think this one will work for you. This one, but it has product on it, so I'm gonna use it. So blend it down.
Not pat. Blend. Okay.
Yep. And that's called your brow bone highlight area.
Okay.
So where you're kind of stopping that color,
Mm-hmm.
that's where you're gonna start your actual eye color.
Okay.
So you don't want to go up too high because your brow bones are prominent, and you can get the best makeup look out of your actual eye shape because you have really, like, I guess good eye sockets is what we call them, because they're very good. You can see all the eyeshadow. So you would go in that area rather than up higher because you want your brow bone to be prominent. And then I would go like where you stopped at and just kind of dab it right there.
Go down or sideways?
Sideways. Kind of dab. Let me just go stop. So placement is key most of the time. So you have to blend it out. And you just kind of buff it out. It's not bad that you did it that way. It's just you want to see. So you see how like that came lighter right here?
Mm-hmm.
You don't want that because you want to see where you're going to put your eyeshadow. So that darker area is where you're going to start placing your eyeshadow. So I'm going to do it exactly where I want it. Kind of dab across your eye and then come up to right where the darker area is, right before you start your other one. And then you can use your fingers, you can use your sponge, but as long as you're kind of like staying in those areas. So that's a better kind of place. So this one is it says eyelash eyebrow brush. So
yeah,
something like that is what you need. So I use a good kind of matte spray.
So you're not using a pencil, you're actually using makeup.
This is
for the
powder.
brow.
This is a brow powder. This is a Juvia's Place brow powder set, but you can use any you can use an eyeshadow. But yes, makeup you can. Definitely use that. I use eyeshadows all the time if I don't have this. But I'll take this. Oh, sorry. This is just a little spray. I'll put it in there and then I'll match the skin tone. So I will probably do this one and this one. And I just go back and forth. And then I started the tail and I just kind of do like strokes. Like you can do them lightly, you can do them
helps you put it more in the place.
Because it kind of turns into like almost like a liquid pencil, if that makes sense. Then now is when you use this. So you don't use the product that any more product, you just use what's already on there, and you kind of like outline it like this.
So clean it up.
Clean it up. Yep. You don't have to use your brush. You don't have to put any more on the back of your hand. Because I would say if you don't want a harsh looking brow, you just want it to be natural, you don't even have to put anything on. Good. Then I take my foundation and go on top. So same brush like this one. Then just kind of go around the top.
So not using the concealer on the top, foundation is the only thing that goes on the top.
Because you want to blend it, or you don't want to blend it. The bottom of your eye looks like you got a halo eyebrow.
Okay.
So first off, we'll take our brush and we'll get those creases out. And then you want to take a powder just a little bit, because if your eyes crease, which everybody does,
Foundation powder.
foundation powder, the 50 setting powder.
Okay.
And that powder gets all your oils away. This is Pro Filter Instant Retouch Setting Powder. We're gonna take a fluffy brush,
Okay.
so something that's really, really fluffy, and we're gonna go in to your crease. So that's the first thing I normally do. So you said you do here, but just to like not have it so harsh, I would do these two. Same thing with the lighter, do those two. And then you wanna tap it off.
Okay.
So you don't have too much. And then your crease is your socket. So right here, you can feel it. You can see it, you can feel it. That's where you want to start your placement, and you want to kind of go back and forth in a circular motion. So I do like this. And kind of get in there. Now, if you feel like it's too dark, you would take your brush, wipe it off on a paper towel or something, and then you go back into the lighter one.
Okay.
Here. And then you just blend that out. And then that would be more of a flat, like a flat brush. So something that you can kind of get into that eyelid space. So you said you want to start light. So you want to start light like that. And then you tap.
Tap.
Tap it in. And you go up as high as you want. You don't have to go that high.
Wow, what a difference.
And then you take your lighter, your darker one. Like you said, you don't want it too light. So then you're gonna go back and you're gonna tap right around it. Not too much, but you're gonna just kind of. And then your shadow, you're gonna flip it over a little bit on that side. And what I would do is just kind of like just go back and forth right around the lighter area.
I noticed you're using the same brush for all of this, and normally I'm using a different brush
You can.
for each one. I think that's because I think the color is going to mix in and mess it up.
You can do that, and then if you want to take a lighter brush, or if you want to take a smaller brush and you want it to be more pigmented, take a brush like this, and then you'll spray it, and then you get your shimmer shade, and then you dab it.
Dab the shimmer. Dab the shimmer.
And that's when you say you don't get that full pigment of your metallic. That's why you need something that's going to stick to. You're going to get it where everything is meshed together. So the techniques I'm doing are simple, but it's just the back and forth that you want to kind of focus on. So yeah, you did it
Then I'm
right.
patting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You
And
can
then
actually use your finger, kind of press that product back into your creases. Yep, and then get your powder.
okay.
Okay. So your first brush, and then
This brush.
you did what?
And then you did 1, 2, 1, 2.
Tap it off.
can only. And then go in the opposite direction.
Smaller.
And then go back to the brown. And go. Do the same thing pretty much.
It's kind of like going around the top and the bottom of it.
I don't see nothing on there. Okay.
I see, yeah.
Okay.
Kind of get on the top too.
Above it?
Yep, just to kind of get that harsh line away. Just a little bit.
Okay.
Good.
Alright. And then you
get the white shadow first so you can get your placement.
did we pat this?
Pat in the lighter area. Yeah, you are. Okay. That can be your walk out the house look with a liner. You can do that, right?
Yeah.
So that's one look. Your next look will be take that same brush here on the other side, get your brown shade. That one. Tap it off a little bit.
What am I doing?
I kind of just blended the white just to get it more brown.
Tap.
That looks good. Yeah, that's good enough. Something more harder. Grab your shade. And then tap.
Yeah, we are going probably. But it doesn't have that. But you're right as far as it's not as on and vibrant.
And that will, but you're looking at your look. So that to me looks very good to go into the office. That looks like a
nighttime.
Yep.
I agree. And I think that's another problem. You're knowing exactly what brush to get for what, and I don't.
So your angle brush is good for that angle in your crease. You can do that, or you can do your nose contour with this angle brush. It says angle brush on here. That's good. Your tapered blending brush. This is your tapered brush. This is what you're gonna blend out with because it's so fluffy, and tapered is prominent. So that's where you're gonna get in those areas. So tapered is prominent. Blending brush. This is a bigger blending brush. So this one would be if you're doing an all over powder, an all over color. I mean, right? So if you take one color and you're doing it all over, this will be the brush. So that's your blending brush. These two are your flat brushes. This is where you would have more placement. So your placement with your flat brushes. This one is a short shader brush. I like this brush because it packs in a lot of product. And you can get it right in the placement areas.
What are these called?
That one is a buffer brush.
I was using this for my eyes.
Setting brush. Okay. Yes, setting brush and buffer brush. Those are my two favorite go-to brushes. Do you do lashes?
I do. I normally do magnetic lashes.
Okay.
We can do regular. That's fine.
We gotta get back to the face, but I normally do lashes and everything last. But we're gonna do lashes so we want to finish the eye. Okay. So first thing I do with my lash is I curve it just to make sure it's not straight. I kind of like go back and forth. I curve it, and then I measure it to the eye. So I put it on the end of the eye, and then I bring it in. And I make sure it's not all the way in the inner corner. A lot of people like their lash in the inner corner if it's not touching their nose. So let me put it here. It's not. So honestly, you can get away with either or. Closer to your eye or farther away. I would say for you, because of the eye shape, I would go closer to your crease.
See, I'm not doing that. Maybe it's something I should do. I'm outlining this first.
I do both.
Okay.
I let that sit for a little bit, and then I outline. Because you want it to be just like the magnetic. You want it to grab each other. Yeah, I've used it before, and it didn't last long. And I don't even wear lashes, but if I'm gonna wear them, I want them to stay on. So what I did was look up. I placed it right in the middle and it's not on. I'll take some tweezers, grab the end, because it's already pretty much on there, and just magnetizing it to the inner corner. I just use the 3D flash. So that's your primary.
Putting your at the top edge.
Make sure you get those inner corners. Yep. Alright, and then get across. Be gentle though, you don't want to put too much. You can really just kind of tap it.
Not too high.
See how it kind of almost magnet to it?
Sometimes though, it do get too much in here, and I can feel that stick right here, and that's
what I said. Like you don't want to put it too close.
Like I can kind of feel it. I can never do it with the tweezers because
I see it sticking. You know, went too far in there. I'm not take it out so see it, it's right there. That's what I'm sticking. That's it. You did it perfect. You almost a pro.
some days I am, some days I'm not.
I feel like if you want an everyday foundation, and remember what I was telling you about layering, you can still get a dewy foundation or a skin tint, and then you put your powder on top, and that'll give you that more natural look. So your foundation, I don't wear foundation on. I rarely wear foundation because I feel like I don't want to look like I have foundation on. So that's why I'm saying that. So you will get.
So Fendi Dew is a little bit lighter.
It's lighter. It's more skin-like finish rather than feeling like you're covering up your skin. All right. So now blush. I will go ahead and do your blush.
Now I just started using this, which is working great.
Okay.
But I also want to know. I can guess I do one and the other. How to do it with the powder, because this is liquid.
Yeah, so technically you're supposed to do both.
Okay.
Because two things. So on my clients, the only way to do blush and have it last all day is to do both. So you have the liquid and the powder. But I do the liquid under the powder or under the foundation, and then I do because you want to see it. You want to see it like really bold, and then you blend it out with your foundation. Put powder on top, and then you kind of slightly see it. But then as soon as you put that powder on top of it, it's like boom, you see it. So right now you already have foundation on, but you don't have a full bead. So I would say go with the liquid, set with your powder under your eyes again, and then then put more of a pigmented blush on powder. And right here, that's where your blush will go. So right here. So I would take it right where it's supposed to go. Dab it right there. And then because you already have foundation on, you don't want to disrupt it, right? So now you gotta be more subtle and careful with where you're doing. That's why I said I do it before, because I don't want to, I just kind of want to put it on. So now I'm just kind of getting it right in that area, and you're concentrating it when you do it this way. So I recommend doing it before and dab on your face right here. So I would say do that on the other side, because really what you would be doing is foundation, concealer, blush, and then going back into your foundation brush like you did and blending it all the way around.
I think I like it doing this order right now.
Okay. We're getting ready to set. I use a pink powder. This is from Sedani too.
I've never used pink powder before. That might be a different. Okay. You did 1, 2, and then you use pat.
Right in that area.
And then,
like I said, try using your finger just so you can get a better placement. Like, yep. Because you're kind of disrupting what you already have down. Put a little bit more.
see, that's not be scared. I don't want to look like rosy cheeks.
Too much.
Yeah.
Let's use this side. And for this brush is always going to be a big screen, so you can tone anything down with this. I'm going to take the pink powder. I'm just going to sit right where we did the blush. It doesn't give you any color. It's just setting it because you already have foundation on. But it still gives you a pink picture. And it's matte.
This is the bronzer.
This is
Okay.
the tan, Juvia's Place tan.
Okay.
And I'm going to take an angle brush. And I'm just dabbing it in here. And then where you said you put it originally, that's where it goes. But you kind of just, right where your ear and your sideburn is, you kind of just go right there to your nose. So your angle is always going to be here. And then you can cut it just to kind of give it that line that you're thinking about. You can do that. So it goes from your lip back up. And then kind of bring that down. And that'll give you that more defined look. And you're just kind of cutting it right there. And then right around your hairline. And then right here is just making your nose more prominent.
What is that you,
This is a Bobbi Brown, but you can get the, what's the other one that they have at the store that everybody be using? Black Radiant. This is a stick foundation. This is Bobbi Brown. Contours are darker. Always gonna be like 2 to 3 shades darker than your foundation. I would say this is what you're adding in if you're not doing a regular face.
yeah, this is for a more dramatic.
So that would be after concealer. So just remember your placement is gonna be like how we talked about, like that. So you just wanna bring it down, like from your tip of your eyebrow to the tip of your nose. And then just kind of blend. Really soft, but you don't want it to be too foamy. And then you set your face with your powder if you want, but like I said, that's already matte. I'll just take whatever's left over on here, kind of just go around this, and then make sure you get right there. And that's another thing that you can do. You can use this one for your highlighted areas last, because you want to still take it away with your powder. I mean with your spray. You want to take that powder look away, but you want to set. Just a little, not to cover up your blush. Then you take your blush, leave it on for a couple of seconds while you're doing your blush. I'm just mixing these two. Tapping it off. Going back here.
Oh, that's more
prominent. Yep. It's not too much. We're just giving it. more of a brush like this.
My lips are very dark. I've been wanting to do more nude looks. I've been having issues trying to find the perfect nude look. Sometimes those mattes are perfect because they last long, and the some that I buy in the store, maybe because I'm buying it from a beauty supply, break me out. So I want to create the perfect nude lip and see what products I need to purchase to do that.
Spray your face. Put it on the face.
Okay. Tell me when to.
Good. I was like, get that middle. Alright, I know I always do two sprays. If I do a more like soft setting, this is like a glowy, luminous. That one just kind of takes that powder look away, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you want to get it to where you're matte, because that's the look you're going for. So just kind of spray with matte spray. And a matte spray. I got this off of the I got this spray, but this is the one I recommend. This one or this one. You took it back? Yeah, I like this one now.
It smells real good. I don't know if it's this exact one.
Take a little bit of this, and then I'll put it on like it just lip gloss or something. Then your powder. Down. Okay, so I'm just gonna do one side. But that's the method. You just cover your lip. You're going back in and kind of bring that color back. And all I'm going to do is really don't need this because this lipstick, but it's almost the same color that you put on your lip. It's a liquid lipstick. So liquid lipsticks and what? It's fine. Then I take an actual lipstick to get that color that you want. So now pop your lips together. So I would just like get a lip color like this, a lipstick like this, and then get a concealer to cover your lip color, and that should do it. Pop.
Are we gonna put a little pink something in here?
You want more pink?
Like a
No,
little, make it look rosy. Okay.
I'm just making sure that tone of the and typically you will have to kind of find the perfect nude. And doing a lot of mixing can make it to where, like, this one's a good one for your undertone. Do this one.
Pinky.
Oh no, you did good.
Okay.
I see. Go back here.
You got yours on TikTok?
They do this one. This the pink. Is it the right pink? Alright. This is just for tone though. This is not, we're not. Okay, so we have Miss Amber here. She did her makeup. She did a great job. I didn't barely do anything to her. She did it all by herself. I want to ask, what did you learn today? And how did you like
Oh
the
my
class?
gosh. I love the class. I learned so much about contouring, blending correctly, because some I was doing a little bit incorrectly, but it's all good. Correctly knowing how to put on my eyelashes, finding the perfect nude pink lip, which was so important to me, and learning how to perfect my eyeshadow. So I learned so much from the class. You need to make sure you book your class because you're learning from a professional makeup artist and you'll love the look like I do.
Yes, I love it. I feel like her brows are already sculpted because she does have microblading. She filled in her brows on her right. Is it her? My left. Her.
Don't give me no
Her right. Okay. So point at the one you did. That brow, that's the perfect like everyday brow. She used a powder and she sculpted her brow just the way she wanted it. I feel like I did the makeup brow. Obviously, I'm a makeup artist, so we have, they call it makeup brow, makeup artist brow. So I did that perfect, like sharp brow. Either way, it looks perfect. But I feel like you cannot tell any difference from her face, what I did and what she did, because really I didn't do anything. But I give her a lot of kudos.
Thank
She
you.
is
So much
good.
fun.
Yes, we had a great time. And we were on time.
Yes.
Really good. We
Yes.
stayed on our time limit. So proud of it. All right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. All right, peace out. We're out. I am through with my makeup class with the beautiful makeup artists I've learned so much from. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Until next time, bye.